Guys, in fact, I don't know what to say. Guys, welcome. I'm really angry. I'm fuming. I've had to, wait for a few hours after watching yesterday's match against Brighton at the Amex Stadium, and I'm just angry. I'm just really angry. I don't understand if Arsenal as a club, they are really serious about winning major trophies. I don't know how we can have a coach or a manager who believes that when you win Community Shield, it's a good trophy. That you now correct reporters and tell them that you've actually won 3 trophies, not just one. Who is proud to say something like that? Look at the match yesterday. I don't understand why Arteta buys midfielders as slow as he was. My understanding of the game, because if you've played football before, you would understand when you play in the midfield, you need legs. You need people who can run. That's why somebody like Bellingham is thriving over people like Pedri. In the yesteryears under Arsene Wenger, we used to have guys who were very technical, but didn't have the legs to run for a whole full season, could run for a full 90 minutes. They easily got injured and stuff like that. But Arteta now loves buying players who are as slow as he is. I don't understand. Look at Merino yesterday. So slow, so sluggish on the ball. Turns in one place, one center, in that same place, he's turning. It's very slow. Kills the attack. We could be on the attack and he will slow down the ball. Doesn't even know how to protect the ball. And then that same midfield, you now have someone like Jorginho. How is that even possible? There's someone where we were watching, I was even telling somebody, there was a time in the second half, we had already regained the possession and we were in our own half, in fact in our own box, and an opposing player was like 5 yards or 5 feet away. You know that guy was still holding that ball till that opposing player came and nearly collected that ball from me. Even the ref was kind enough to blow for a free kick for Arsenal. He could have lost that ball in our 18-yard box. It's just mad. It's just crazy. I don't know, and we're saying these things when the season began, that we were light. Last season we were light. Last 2 seasons, if you remember, Saliba got injured, and that was one of the reasons why we couldn't win the Premier League. You didn't learn from that. You went into the season, okay, you now sold most of your players and you trimmed the squad. Why didn't you buy replacements? You loaned out Vieira, you sold Smith Rowe, sold Nketiah, and you didn't buy replacements for these guys. You didn't buy any replacement. You went into the season like believing that your players again will go throughout the season like last season again without being injured. You just believe that it's going to happen again. That people like Odegaard will not be injured, Saka will not be injured. What happened now if Saliba were to get injured or Gabriel were to get injured? What happens? That means the season is done. The season is finished. We can talk about the refereeing decision. That's one we'll still talk about that one. Refereeing decisions. But our inability to create and to score goals, it has been, that's why they call us set piece again, set piece again, set piece ole ole, set piece again, set piece again, set piece ole ole ole. That is what we now sing. It is now something Arsenal fans are now proud of. This is something that we are supposed to have it's just like extra weapon that you're not supposed to know that you have. It's like when you have a weapon on your leg. In those movies where you see somebody, they will say, drop your gun. As you are dropping your gun, not only that you have a gun on your leg and you just remove it and shoot. In case of tight, why is every game now tight? I don't understand it. We can't create again. You can't create. There was a midfield trio in the Euros for Spain. It consisted of Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, and one other person in that. I think Dani Olmo. One that because they were using Pedri before he got injured. Then they brought in Dani Olmo. They were using that midfield three. You didn't buy any of these players. Dani Olmo was ready to move from Leipzig. Fabian Ruiz is on the bench for PSG. It's not used properly. You now went to go and carry the person who is on the bench for them just because he scored one goal in the quarterfinal. Is that how you gauge the importance of a player? Is that how you gauge the quality of a player? I'm really shocked. The way it's not. It looks it's as if we lost the match, because I was still saying we're still in it. This was, I think, during the course of this January, the matches that we're going to play in this January. This Brighton game was one of the away games. Was one of the tough away games that we were going to play. Every other game, I think, in the Premier League, we are going to play. I think Aston Villa and Tottenham. We're going to play one of the toughest games. We're going to play at home. We're going to play at the Emirates. This was one game I wanted us to win, especially what happened at the beginning of the season. Especially with what happened at the beginning of the season. But what do? We fluffed our lines. We scored one goal and we then surrendered possession to Brighton, like we've always done. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't understand the kind of football that Arteta plays. He has not paid one attention to that attack since he came to Arsenal. It has always been defensive. Sometimes he begins to beg the question, what did you learn from Arteta? I mean, from Pep Guardiola. What did you learn? Did you learn how to defend like this? Because it's always defense. Buying the defensive midfielder, defense. 80%, 70% of his signings has been defensive midfielders or defenders. 80% of his signings. Why? I knew that some of these things were going to happen. Some of the injuries that were going to happen, I knew that they were going to happen, because we were lucky last season with injuries. We were one of the luckiest people with injuries last season. Liverpool suffered with injury. That is why their season derailed. Man U suffered with injuries. Chelsea suffered with injuries. Now look at what is happening to this season now. Tottenham is suffering badly with injuries. They're suffering badly with injuries. You have to accommodate for these things. Injuries are part of a season. You must accommodate. You must accommodate for them. That is why you buy backup players. That's why you have a big squad. And you learn how to manage them. Learn how to keep them happy. It is your duty as a manager to learn how to use that squad and keep them happy. There are so many games. Look at, we are playing about 9 games this January alone. 9 games every 3 days. We are playing almost every 3 days. So you are telling me if you have a big squad now that everybody will not get opportunity to play and be happy. Merino, non-existent. Giorgio, non-existent. Trossard, non-existent. Gabriel Jesus, non-existent. Martinelli came in, non-existent. The only person that was even trying to make something happen in our attack was Ethan Nwaneri, and once he scored the goal, began to lose passes, lose the ball here and there. We were just losing the ball. Brighton didn't even know how to play so well to earn a point from there. And then going back to the referee decisions, we already know how English referees are when it comes to refereeing. We know how they are. Look at what they gave as the penalty in the Brighton game. Yet in the Tottenham versus Newcastle game against Gordon, the same thing happened. It wasn't given as a penalty. I don't have an issue whether if you say it's a penalty, because I personally can see why it is given. He went for the ball and mistakenly headed João Pedro's head. I can see why it is given, but there has to be consistency. If you're giving it for somebody, give it for every other person. Same that applied. Look at what happened in Ipswich against Chelsea. Look at that game. The penalty that was given, a slight touch, and that thing was given. The inconsistencies with these referees is beyond me. It is too much. It's very much. It's just too much. It's just crazy. So we can't And that is why I love. Look at when even the post-match interview for Arteta, it was just based on referee decisions. They did not even talk about the inability of your team to be able to produce fashion chances after chances. It's not as if we were fashioning chances after chances and we couldn't score, and then they saw one opportunity and they just scored. No. And then you now focus all your attention on us. So if they had scored through, they had other chances to score. George Minter had a chance to score, just exactly the same pattern, the same way Ethan Nwaneri could have scored. Later on in the match, he had a chance like that to have scored, and he didn't score. I didn't even scored that one. Wouldn't it still be 1-1? It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. We say these things, and it looks as and then I don't know. There are some Arsenal fans who are so cool with us going 20 years without Premier League and no European trophies yet, no Champions League yet. There are so many Arsenal fans who are cool. I don't know whether we are now supporting Aston Villa, or we are supporting Tottenham, or we are supporting Fulham, who can go 30 years without winning a Premier League and nothing will happen as long as they finish in the top 10. Our own now for the club the size of Arsenal is to finish in the top 4. They are so calm. Then when you talk, go and find somebody else to support. We must support the team. We'll support this one, support that one. But when we talk, you look as if we are talking year in, year out, no major trophies. Year in, year out, you pay your money to watch them, yet no major trophies. And you can't demand that they even do the rightful thing. It has been said. In fact, it is an open secret that Arsenal need a striker. It is an open secret that we've needed a striker for quite a while now. But no, they don't want to attend to it. They don't want to attend to it. It is an open secret that we're supposed to have bought a backup for Saka. An 18-year-old, there are players in the market. You can't tell me there are no players in the market. An 18-year-old who can come in quietly, the same way we are easing in it at one, you quietly easing. We are winning 6-0, 60-something minutes. You remove Saka and put the boy. Let him play the remaining many minutes. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So that is the video there and there for you. So we'll see you next time. Take care. God bless. Please, if you're new, try and subscribe. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also remember, Stake Predict. Stake Predict is where you can get good predictions for your football matches. They are on Telegram, they are on Twitter, or formerly Twitter or X now, and then they are on Facebook. So thank you very much. Stay blessed. Bye bye.